baptism in the East, I mean, I'm thinking if it's not our fault, or it's, then why do we have baptism? That's that question.
What is the purpose of baptism?
Well, see, I'm Roman, so I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. Do not be offended, I'm not bashing you. Just trying to explain the difference, because you guys are bigger in numbers, so there's always a danger we're going to get assimilated. When God took the children of Israel out of slavery in Egypt, and they crossed the Red Sea, was the purpose of that crossing of the Red Sea to drown Pharaoh? No. The purpose was to get the other side and be free. So when you go through the waters of baptism, the main purpose isn't to get rid of sin. That's a side effect. The main purpose is to be born again. What happens in baptism, this is why we insist on immersion. You go in, it's both the tomb of Christ and the womb of the church. You're buried with Christ. You die. And you come out of the tomb and you're born again. Now you're no longer part of the family of Adam. You're part of the family of the new Adam, Christ. As a side effect, sins are forgiven, but that's not the main purpose of it. It's to get to freedom, to leave the condition of slavery. That's why in our baptismal service you must be naked.
Seriously?
Yeah, well, no. By the way, that's why we had deaconesses in the early church too, because during baptism you had to get smeared with oil. For an adult woman, it wouldn't do for the bishop to do but the idea is, because you can take nothing with you, you leave behind everything of the old sinful self, the old fallen race of Adam, and you go into the tomb of Christ, and when you come out, the first thing is you're given a new garment. So you take nothing with you. That's why you have to be naked to be baptized. But again,
Thank you.
you are. Anything else you'd like to argue about or ask about? Yes.
Could you explain the way when we are baptized, we are also confirmed, we're in the Roman Church, confirmation comes when the children are older?
Right. Historically, the person who initiated a person into the church was the head of the church, the bishop. So as long as there were bishops in every parish, it was no problem. Because there's 3 steps to becoming a Christian: baptism, chrismation, and receiving communion. And it was always given together. As long as there was a bishop there, no problem. When the church got bigger and you had parishes outlying from the city, there wasn't a bishop there. So what they started doing in the West was, okay, the priest can baptize the child, or the adult, or whoever, and that afternoon bring him into the city, and the bishop will seal the baptism, because that's what confirmation is. It seals the baptism. So you could do that. In the East, the bishop said to the priest, okay, you go ahead and baptize and confirm, but I will consecrate the chrism for it to show that I'm still the head honcho, and I'm doing it. So it started that way. It was pretty, even in the West, it was close. If it wasn't in the same ceremony, it was that afternoon. But in the West, you had a problem in the Middle Ages, when a lot of times the bishop lived in Rome and had 2 or 3 dioceses and things, and he wasn't around, so it might be years till you saw the bishop. So you had this strange anomaly appearing. In the East, we never changed the ancient custom. Now, interesting, if you are Roman Catholic today, and you are an adult who is not baptized at all, or a child with the age of reason, in the Roman Catholic Church, you must get all 3 sacraments together by the priest, the same way we do. Only on babies do they keep it, that they separate it, but their theologians are reprocessing that. See, baptism, confirmation is part of baptism. It seals it. They even got further complicated when they started giving communion before you confirmed. See, in baptism, you die and you're born again. Then instantly in confirmation, God the Holy Spirit fills you with the life of God, sealed into you. Then in communion, God the Son nourishes that life. Now, if you reverse the order, you allow a child to be born again, but you don't give him life, then you give him communion to nourish a life he doesn't have yet. It was under Pius X they made that change. And even Pius X, when he urged the early communion for kids, his intention was, no, but they got to be confirmed first. But in practice, it didn't happen that way. And right now, a lot of pastors prefer to put off confirmation because they figure kids won't come to religious ed anymore once they're confirmed. So they've made confirmation and puberty right. It's not. They say, well, it's when you choose to be baptized. In baptism, you didn't choose, you were a baby. But in confirmation, you choose. I'm sorry, if you were born again in baptism, you can't be a little bit pregnant. You either are or you aren't. You're either born again or you're not, whether you decided or not. So that's historically why it came that way. But the Roman Church is going back to putting the three together. Not that we were smarter, just we never changed it.